Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. So in today's video we're going to do a tour of our slurry tanker. So this is a Joskin, where does it say? It says it on the side, here we are. Joskin 10,000 litre ME modular 2. It also says modular 2 up there. Wimpack, whatever that means. 10,000 litres, so that equates to most tankers in this country are measured in gallons rather than litres. So that's 10,000 litre tank. So 10,000 litres converted into gallons is 2,250 gallons. I know this because I know 9,000 litres is 2,000 gallons and 11,000 litres is 2,500 gallons, so it's smack bang in the middle between the two. So it's got big built-in wheels, as you can see. Big flotation tyres, so you know when it's wet you can get on without making a mess. Nice big tyres. Also it's galvanised. This is a big galvanised tank. It's hooked up there onto the 390T at the minute. We're actually going to back this out right now because we're going to do a bit of maintenance on it. We've got something we need to fix, but we'll do a bit more of a tour. So it's got, I'm not quite sure what size pump that is. We'll just have a zoom in on the serial plate. There we are. It's as you can see, that's a Durop. It's a 2007, so it's the same age as the tanker. Doesn't say how many litre it is. I do know how many litre it is. I'm pretty sure it is an 11,000 litre pump. So that basically means, I know that sounds weird because the tank's 10,000 litres, so pump's 11,000 litres. You think, why is it 11,000 litre on a 10,000 litre tank? That is not how big the pump matches the tanker, it's how many litres per minute the pump can pump. So, the tanker we had before this was a Marshall 1800 tank. That actually suited this tractor quite well. It looked quite well behind this tractor. This looks a bit too big, but that had an NEC pump on it, and that was an 8,000 litre pump. And that is probably the standard size. That's probably the most common pump out there. Vacuum pump for slurry tankers. That's what it is, a vacuum pump. So how a vacuum pump works is PTO shaft goes to the tractor. So that runs in 540 RPM, because it does say it there. If you can just make it out, 540 rotations per minute. So that's what that means. They're obviously different languages, because this is actually made in Belgium. I think this tanker. I think it was Belgium. I know the tyres say Belarus on them, but I think Joskin are made in Belgium. But yeah, the power comes from the tractor to the vacuum pump. So the PTO turns the pump, creates vacuum. So it runs at 540 RPM. So you run the tractor to 540 RPM, it'll pump 11,000 litres per minute, fully primed. And it'll pump air through here and make this a vacuum. So the muck will suck through there. So it's creating vacuum. So it's pulling the air out of the tanker, and that pulls the muck, the dirty water, through the pipe that connects onto these hooks here. So that pulls that in, takes the air out, pulls that in, and then when it's full, there's a, if I can get up and have a look, there's a safety, like a cage up there beyond that steel plate, and it's got a ball in it. And as it fills with the liquid of the muck, pushes the ball up, and as that ball goes up, it gets stuck in the pipe to stop the muck coming back through the pump and flooding the pump, and it'll make a right mess. So that's like a safety cage, ball gets stuck, pump makes a different noise, you switch the pump off, and that's it. And then this bit here, there should be, I've never had it to bits, and it is probably, you know, it's welded shut so you can't actually see, but there'll be another ball in there as a safety precaution in case that one fails. So that ball will float up, block this off to stop the muck coming through again. So it's got two, it'll have two on it. Most tankers have two. I presume that's what will be in this. But then when you want to spread the muck, you want to put pressure in the tank. So you turn this handle here. So the minute it's in neutral, that's suck, that's pump. So it'll pump air through this pipe to create pressure. And then that dial will go up, probably to near that 1 mark, because it says max, it's just rubbed off a bit, it says max 1 bar, so that's 1. And then when it gets up to that, it'll let the muck out. But it has this safety valve on here, so if, for whatever reason, I'll just grind down now, I don't know why I'm still up there, but that is, for whatever reason, if too much pressure builds up, you haven't got a ticking time bomb on your hands, because to just explode like a bomb, because you've obviously put in pressure into that, and it'll only withstand a maximum certain amount of pressure before it blows up, like everything. So that's there to stop that. That red plug will pull out and let the air escape to stop that from happening. This bit is the exhaust pipe. Now, they're probably most common in this country, especially on older tankers, on every tanker we've ever had before this. The exhaust pipe used to come off here, and then it'd blow air out here. Now, I think where this tanker was made, which is Belgium, they must have higher regulations on like contamination and stuff, because that's obviously got oil in it. If the seals went on it, it'd throw all the oil out. So this here was there to catch any oil that'll seep out the pump, and the air pulls through off that air cleaner up there. They didn't originally have that on, we've put that on because it had a little cap on and it blew off. It went missing. Went missing with the pressure, so it blew off. So that's the business end of the tanker, where all the drive comes from. And this is, I absolutely love this about this tanker, because we've never had a tanker before with this on. And it has this sight tube. So as the tanker fills, you can actually watch it filling, because the muck goes up here, and then when it gets to the top, you know you're full. Also, if, say, it gets to here, and it stops, you think to yourself, that's weird, why has it stopped? It's because there's a blockage in the pipe, and it's not loading. That does happen, and it's a very good handy feature. But if you didn't have that, you'd be looking at that pressure gauge up there, because as it creates vacuum, the needle goes the opposite way to when you create pressure, so it'll be dropping that needle. Instead of going up, it'll go down. And if you didn't have that tube on, to tell if there were a blockage, it'd be losing air pressure fast, so it'll be, the air pressure will be dropping. It'll be, you know, creating more vacuum. And what tends to happen is, if that happens, the opposite of explosion will be implosion, where the whole lot will just cave in. Tankers do that, especially old ones where they've worn very thin on the metal. So yeah, it's quite big behind this tractor. We have had the 390 on it before, but yeah, that's a serial plate. It does say somewhere on there that it's 10,000 litres. It hasn't got the weight stamped on it. I do know that. Oh, there we go. 2007 it were made. I do know the weight of this tanker is about, I think they're about 5 tonne, roughly empty. So you're looking at about 15 tonne on the back of this tractor when it's full. So that's quite, you know, that is pushing this tractor to the absolute limit. You know, if it were full of water, you'd, yeah. But, because 10,000 litres of water would be 10 tonne. 5 tonne tanker, 15 tonne. Slurry is lighter than water. Slurry, water's heavier than slurry, so it's probably just under 10 tonne when it's full of slurry, but still, it's 15 tonne on the back of this tractor is a serious amount of weight. But yeah, we're going to back it out because I want to have a look at something in a minute. But we'll just have a quick look at the back. So, number plate there, that's actually the number plate for the 399. That is because I got pulled over once, and because I didn't realise, but you're supposed to have number plates on back of slurry tankers. This tanker hadn't got a bracket for number plate, so we've had to make that. But we've never had a number plate on the back of a slurry tanker before. But that's probably because you can't see the number plate on the back of the tractor, so. But anyway, that's number plate. Got your lights here. It does need a bit of a wash, this. These are brackets for trailing shoe. So, if you don't know what a trailing shoe is, it's basically like a big linkage on the back of the tanker, and it puts the slurry in lines on the floor. That if we had one of them, we'd need a bigger tractor for sure, because they weigh like a ton. Plus, they're not a cheap thing to put on; it's quite expensive. So for now, we stick with the splash plate. Works rather well. We have altered this on this tanker because the original splash plate it came with broke. Well, I say broke, it got worn away. So we bought a new one, and when it coupled up here close, the problem was it was spreading the back of the tanker with muck. So we got this tubular extension bit spacer. So we made this, instead of this bit being bolted right up against there, we put this bit between. And then my brother, very good, what he does, he made this bracket here, he welded it on, and then welded it to the top to added support. And then he's had a new valve on as well, because the old one was leaking oil. So he's had to have a new one of them on this was all last winter. But apart from that, it's been a good tanker. That's it, JA Blow, that's where it come from. That's where we had it from. About 4 years ago now. So, spread all arm up for 4 years. You know, this will be its fifth winter. Yeah, I'm not sure there's much else to say about it really. We did alter the lights on it, because this bracket for lights, where the number plate is, well, it used to have a triangle on, but because we've had to put a number plate on, we've had to take the triangle bit off. But this bracket used to be down here. Used to be where this metal bar is here. Where this is, that used to be there. So we altered that, just plainly because they were getting splashed up with muck. I mean, it does get a bit of muck on now, but it's nowhere near as bad. And you don't want to be spending your time cleaning lights all the time. See, it's all about trying to make life easy for yourself. And it does have a stone trap under there. So you see that bit there? I'm pretty sure that's a stone trap. So we've never had it open. There's probably a lot of stones stuck in it, but I'm sure that's what it is. But anyway, back to the task of today. So, see this valve here? We don't actually use this, so we're going to take it off. I've not used it for over a year at least. I've had no need to. But we've got one that's broken. So I'll just take you around to the other side of the tanker. So we've got this valve here, and I've just been trying to actually undo this. We've got this as broken. So this bit here, you can see that's snapped off. That's supposed to be bolted on there, but the bit that it's bolted to snapped off. It's worn very thin over time, and it's snapped it when I've come to open it. So, well, we'll back it out the shed so we've got a bit more light and see what we're doing, we need to undo these bolts. We've started on this one, the one that's broken. Take this off and then we'll try and tackle the back one and swap them over. Because, well, we want to make sure this one will come off. That one we'll put on not that long ago, so it should come off. But we'll try and take these off. We'll back it out, try and take them off. And hopefully we can swap them over. Right, so I've got a brand new set of sockets here. So, got these actually from Aldi. Sell all sorts in Aldi. So what we want is, we want a 19mm. So a 19mm, hopefully it fits. Hopefully this is going to work. Right, so as you can see, we've managed to get it off. So that is what, tell you what we'll just do. I'll just get my torch on my phone. Well, you can't really see out, can you? You have to be very careful in there because there's gas, slurry gases. So you won't want to strike a match or anything, I suppose, in there. I don't think that'd do much good. But yeah, because that'll be full of ammonia gases, methane. You know, that's strong stuff that's inside a slurry tanker. Just purely because it's always got muck in it. It's always, well, yeah, it's like a vacuum, isn't it? And it's always got sediment in the bottom, and there'll be gases that were trapped in there until I took that valve off. So you won't climb in there, and well, you won't climb through that hole for a start because it's too small. But yeah, if you were ever working inside a slurry tanker, you'd always, well, you'd come through here at the back door. So where it's bolted, it's got 4 bolts there that hold it shut, and 4 clamps. You'd take that off, I don't know, a day before to let all the gases escape. So you want to get the, because it's always very iffy stuff, it's very strong stuff, very dangerous. Slurry gases, you know, it's life and death. because it can knock you out because of all the ammonia and methane that muck gives off. So yeah, next job is take this back one off. This should come off fairly easy because it's not been on very long. We've put this on purely because we've got a dirty water tank there in the field, and we thought we can back up to it and load out of it easier than trying to load out the side valve. But for the last year or so we've just never bothered. It's easier to load out the side one because you can actually see the side valve. You can't actually see this from when you sat on the tractor, so it's always a bit of guesswork of where you're reversing to. So we'll take this off and use this. It saves getting another valve, and then we'll put a plate on there to seal it. Bollocks. Right, so there we go, we've got this valve off. And that's what it looks like inside there. So you can actually see the glass right at the front. I'm not sure how well you can actually see that. That there is a sight glass. Oh, there's an awful smell in there. Oh, you have to stand back because the gas is coming out. But yeah, we've got the valve out. We've managed to do that. So we'll get a plate put on that now because we're not going to use that. And we'll put that on the side. Right, so we've got 2 bolts in. We'll just get the other 2 in. So these are longer ones, so these ones go in the bottom. So just altered the ratchet so it's going the other way. So instead of loosening the bolt, it's tightening it. Right, so because I'm a bit stupid and I didn't realise that because that valve's not been used for over a year on the back of the tanker.
It before he attached it. He should have checked it first, but he thought, no, it'll be alright, and just banged it on. Like
she says, like I should have checked it. It's actually seized shut and we can't open it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some WD-40 round it, see if it'll free it. And if that fails, we're going to tie some rope round this, because this is what's seized, to the JCB's headstock and try and lift it very slowly and very carefully and it doesn't break, because last thing we want is another broken valve like what's over there, and then we are screwed. We do have to go and buy a new one though, so hopefully this works. Right, we go very careful. You're going to hold it there?
No, I'm going to move. Safety first. Hang on, let me shift, because I might actually get run over. Come with your mum, because this could all go pear-shaped. Oh, sweet Jesus. You want to go up, straight up. Yeah, that's not gone well. Your string's just breaking. Holy cow. That was very exciting. We did it!
It's break. Well, hopefully it's
There's a plastic thing that's gone flying though.
Right, that should be a...
What's that plastic thing?
That
Where, yeah.
I don't know. Is that off with those?
I don't know, but it just went kapang.
We'll have a look. We'll have a look in a minute.
It's still recording. There you go.
Thank you. So we've got the valve on there. We've sorted that. We've unseized it. That was the main thing. So it is loose. We just need to fix, I think, something to hold that chain down here, and then we'll be away then. So we'll leave the video here for now. So if you've liked it, give it a thumbs up. And subscribe below.
Woohoo!
And I'll see you in my next one. Hopefully we have a better day than what we've just had. But see ya.